Hello ladies and gents, this is Kano from the gamer section and I'm back with another review. Today, we're taking a look at Constance for the Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC. The story follows Constance, an artist and digital creator who is struggling under the weight of daily stress and emotional burden. As her mental state begins to break down, she is drawn into a strange inner world that is built entirely from her own mind. The psychological landscape is shaped by her memories, emotions, and personal experiences, which manifest in the environments and its objects. As she moves through it, the world itself begins to actually decay and distort, reflecting her inner decline. Each area she explores represents different parts of her mind, turning abstract thoughts and emotions into physical, psychological spaces that she actually must confront and understand. The overall presentation of Constance is good but not the best. The graphics have a clear cartoonish style mixed with modern visual elements, which you can see across the environments, characters, and enemies. It doesn't aim for photorealism, but it still creates a distinctive visual identity that works for the game's style. The sound design is really strong, with solid effects for running, jumping, and attacking, and other core actions that help give the game good feedback during play. However, when it comes to the music, it's simply okay, and it doesn't really stand out as much as the other audio elements. Performance is smooth and consistent, with Constance running at 60 frames per second on the Xbox Series X version. You take control of the main character as you travel through 6 distant areas in the surreal game world. Movement is fast and air heavy, relying on jumps, dashes, and bounces, with the character often spending more time in motion than on the ground. Combat is centered around a single weapon, a brush, which is actually used to attack enemies and support special abilities. These abilities consume a resource that regenerates quickly when touching the ground, but can also be used at a higher risk by sacrificing health when completely depleted. When you fall in battle, you are given 2 options: return to a previous checkpoint or respawn immediately at the point of death. However, the second option comes with a trade-off, as it makes enemies stronger until you reach checkpoint again. This system adds a layer of risk and reward that forces you to think carefully about your choices. Overall, the game encourages aggressive but strategic play through constant movement and resource management. You may find the game's difficulty to be a bit unbalanced, especially when it comes to boss fights that can feel overly aggressive or suddenly spike in challenge. Some of these encounters also rely on gimmick-style mechanics, which can limit your ability to approach them with different strategies at times. You'll also be thrown into very precise platforming sections that demand perfect timing and fast inputs. You might notice that these moments can feel a bit unfair, especially when combined with a few tricky chases sequences. Movements can also feel slightly clunky in the air, and you may run into instances where hitboxes don't always match what you see on screen. Navigation is another area where you can get frustrated, as backtracking can feel repetitive even with fast travel options. The map and UI system might also take some time to get used to, especially if you find the controls a bit unintrusive. On top of that, the story sometimes take a backseat, and you may notice the key upgrades arrive late in the experience, affecting the overall pacing. For that, I give Constance a 3 out of 5. Thank you for tuning into the gamer section, your home for independent gaming journalism. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content.